started out alive, man, that was the play. Streaming every night, building up the sway. But as the sight faded, had to find my way. Now I'm hopping platforms, surfing through the fray. Got my crew behind me, yeah, we call them givers. Chillin' IRL, catching all the rivers. Farkle in the chat, bringing laughs to the grind. Talking crypto games while we sippin' Jack Fine. Gives a minute, yeah, we take our time. Living in the moment, the life's a subtle rhyme. From the land down under, streaming through the night. New Zealand's vibe, surfing waves day to night. Always looking for the next thrill, that's where I ignite. Community so solid, always shining bright. Rolling deep and cruising for the height. From the struggle to the stream, it's all just a game. But with the giver found, we're making our name. Tracking crypto profits, life just gets sweeter. Every view and every stream, making life a keeper. Give us a minute, yeah, we take our time. Living in the moment, life's a subtle rhyme. From the land down under, streaming through the night. Got my heart on my sleeve, everything feels right. So here's to the journey, no regrets in sight. Each laugh and each tear, it's a beautiful fight. Keep the wave rolling, let the good vibes flow. We're the givers, together in the show. Gives a minute, yeah, we take our time. Living in the moment, the life's a subtle rhyme. From the land down under, streaming through the night. Got my heart on my sleeve, everything feels right. Flip the script, it's how we play a game. From start to next time, we're chasing fame. Put the year behind me, changing scenes. So through the net, living out the dream. Got my acoustic strong, cure the chill, far cracking jokes. Let's fuck the thrill. In the land of Kiwis, we ride the waves. Our own streams phone, no better days. It's a minute, yeah, we take our time. Living in the moment, the life's a subtle rhyme.
Hello, the internet. It is Monday, the 15th of June, 2026, and welcome back to the channel. Now, this is going to be a little heavy for a little while here. This news that broke, well, what is it now, 3 p.m. on a Monday for me, but this news broke earlier this morning. When I woke up, I initially thought this was a prank. And as the days worn on and further reports have come out, it's obviously not a prank. Oliver Tree, the artist, has passed away in a helicopter collision. So a little context here, a little backstory, I suppose. For those that know me, know that I am a huge fan of the H3 podcast. And I've been watching that show for a long time. And that's the first that I was introduced to this artist, Oliver Tree, a musician, performance artist, because he's also a poet, but mainly a musician. And as you would be aware, a lot of the content on the H3 podcast is gags, jokes, pranks. And for a long while, the running gag with whenever Oliver Tree appeared on the show was that there was like some kind of low-key hatred between Ethan and Oliver. It was a running gag. It went on for so long though, and it came from out of nowhere that for a little while, I'm not going to deny that I thought it was legitimate. I thought there was legitimate beef between the two of them. But it was obviously extended for the show. There's no doubt about that. But at some points there was some concern. One of the ones that stuck out in my memory was that Olive Garden, which is, I think we went there when we were in LA. It's like a Sizzler restaurant kind of thing. It's like a little bit a little bit more upper class than Macca's, but not quite like the Black Stump. You remember that restaurant? Yeah, and so the gag was that whenever Oliver Tree would be on the show promoting his tour or new album or whatever it was, Ethan would throw the link to Olive Garden on the for the people to go to. It'd be like, that's not my website, man. My website's Oliver Tree. You keep saying Olive Tree, the Olive Garden. It's like, no, it's not it. So that was always funny, but I guess the point of this part of the stream is just to sort of say that, is it wrong that when this news broke, my initial gut reaction was, no, this is a prank. It's just a prank, bro. They're just pranking. It's just a huge prank. Like one of his songs, Life Goes On and On and On and On and On and On and On. And then he could release a remix of that or a remix album. And I got you all. Life went on. Is faking your own death a gag? If anyone could pull it off as a gag, Oliver Tree would be the one to pull it off. So I was scrolling through the Twitter machine trying to get a handle on what was going on. There was videos of helicopters colliding in the air. Turns out they weren't related. There is vision of where the helicopters did land. Apparently they landed on a bunch of EV vehicles in a parking lot, and that all exploded as well. As the day wore on, and I was at the doctor's waiting and flicking through Twitter as you do in the waiting room, and I was reading all the stories, it became very apparent this is not a prank. This actually did happen. Yo, Tinfoiled Hat, how you doing, man? I've heard of H3 Podcast. They recently were helping a YouTuber called Reckless Ben. You're right on, yeah. That's another story. We could go down that avenue. Oh, by the way, I am using my new chat, but I can see that there is an issue with it right there. It's too wide. I'm using my new multi-chat overlay. I just have to tweak a few things. That's pilled, Mr. Tinfoil Hat. So what I thought we could do here is, and by the way, the first thing I did was go over to the Oliver Tree Twitter and just see if there's any information here. Command R for the refresh of the trouser browser. There is no new information. I didn't Command R the right browser. I was wondering what was going on. There's no information on here. I thought potentially that his management might have come up with some kind of message, which did fuel into the idea that this could have been a prank. But went to the Oliver Tree website, and quite a funky looking website. But yeah, obviously nothing there except for the tour dates. I was looking forward to photographing his show here in Australia. Actually, let's pause for a second. I'll show you when I did photograph him. So I photographed him, I think it was last year before, 2 years ago. It's my website. Go to full list of bands, brings down a chronological listing of every band I've photographed. Go to the letter O. Any comments on the latest videos or pin posts? That's the first place I'd look. No, there are comments, but a lot of people were saying it's a prank, bro. It's fake. Yours and Ours Festival, October 2023. So 3 years ago now. It's 2026. Yeah, a very funny. He didn't come out on a scooter, but he was riding a scooter on stage, a Razor scooter. That got my attention immediately. This is my favorite image I took of Mr. Oliver Tree. I just like that he's completely airborne, and I love that the rest of his band is dressed as him to confuse the hell out of you. Who are you looking at? Which one's which? Who's who? That's a good shot too. But yeah, obviously multi-talented instrumentalist, performance artist, comedian, all the funny things. So I went to the Oliver Tree Twitter, I went to the Oliver Tree website, and then I thought, hang on a second, go to Ethan Klein, H3, he's going to make a post surely. And yeah, he did. And I want to read this out because it's kind of touching, and it deserves, it's quite a lengthy post, but it deserves its space here. This is from 9 hours earlier. He says, I'm in disbelief, still desperate to think that this is part of an elaborate prank. That seems like something he'd do, right? Which it definitely does. It definitely seems in the ballpark of Oliver Tree to do this. The truth is, no matter how desperate I am to not believe it, my friend Oliver has passed away. Oliver was such a unique soul. He had an ability that was unmatched by anyone else I know. To make friends in all corners of the world, sincere friendships too, not just internet friendships of convenience. He was one of the funniest people I've ever known. His style of self-deprecation was universal. Every media appearance he's ever done was hilarious, refreshing, and unique in a way that only he could bring. I'd attest to that too. I believe that. Whatever I saw of him, it was like, I've not seen that before. That's a different way of doing things. He was a true artist in every sense of the word. Everything he brought into the world, he brought with his true self. Every time he would come on our show, it would involve weeks of lengthy conversations of planning and brainstorming. Ordinary was never an option. It had to be the best possible appearance, and it always was. I mean, that's definitely, and we're going to pull up some links here. I got some archival stuff that I want to go and watch back from the H3 and Oliver Tree, but you once you see this shit, you'll be like, yeah, okay, no one does it like this. It's definitely unique. Music and film was his true passions. He produced every music video, every song, and with every ounce of his soul. He spent every dime to bring his vision to life. He had no use for money beyond what it could do to improve his art. And that's great, and that's what money should be for. He used to laugh about how he annoyed his label because he was always hitting them up for cash advances for his next big project. I'm sure they always got paid back in full though. I mean, just look at that, the time I shot him. This is Australia, like not a huge, where's that overall shot? Not a huge fan base out here in Australia, but enough people there to get down on the Oliver Tree train. Look, that's packed on a whatever afternoon that was. They're all loving it. I loved it. I mean, I didn't know jack about this guy until, a few years before, and then I went and saw it, and yeah, and very intriguing, very cool music, very fun, good party times. His support team was composed of his childhood friends. Isn't that the way to do it, folks? Proof that he was the type of person that was fiercely loyal to those he loved, the type of genuine person that kept the same friends for life. And he was always adding more and more friends along the way. Now, I mean, at this point, if you're reading this, you know that there's no way this is a prank, right? Like, if you needed any confirmation, this is real. So that's what I read when I read this in the doctor's surgery this morning. I was like, okay, this is real. He spent the last year traveling the world, traveling across every inch, visiting places I would never dream of going. He wanted to know the world and all of its people, all the different types of ways people lived, so he could become an even more profound artist. I could see him evolving, growing, maturing, and the essence of what he collected was clear: love, friendship, and art. All the things that transcended borders and time. Last we spoke, he was planning on going to Antarctica, and that there's no doubt in my mind that he would have pulled that off. He probably would have done a show down there to the penguins or something. Tinfoil hat. There are several repeated GIF images, only comments under his latest post, which is indication of bot farms. Maybe. Yeah. Yeah. Now here's a quote. I totally get it if you can't, but it would be really special and would mean the world if you came through. Would love to see you both. Wait, is he inviting Ethan to go to Antarctica with him? There's no fucking way Ethan would do that. It would be really special and would mean the world if you came through. Ethan's brother's name is on my underwear, Calvin. That's irrelevant, but funny. That was the last thing he ever said to me. Oh, he was having an album release party. We didn't make it. That's one that Ethan will regret. Fuck. Isn't that interesting? If someone, I don't know, like if someone means something to you and they invite you somewhere, and even if you don't like going out or if you've got things on, you should try, because you never know if that's the last. Like, I mean, no one can ever know, but he was invited to an album release party and they didn't make it. I mean, we don't know why they didn't make it, but everything he touched was better for it. Every person he met was more whole for it. That's rad. As a person, I've lost a dear friend and a collaborator, But the real tragedy is that the world lost a true artist, a passionate and gifted storyteller, and a radiant light that shined upon so many of us. His light is now extinguished, and my life and the world is darker for it. That's so sad. That is so sad. I hope I can be more like Oliver Tree when I grow up. Bon voyage, my friend. See you on the other side. Life goes on and on without you. Yeah, it does. Here are some photos from the appearances on the show. The two of them. Yeah, so what I want to do here is just take a little look at some of the favorite clips that I've found of Oliver Tree on the H3 podcast over the years, and then I guess we'll just move on from there, because I don't have any connection to the guy. At one point, I thought about reaching out to him as a tour photographer for his Australian dates. When Yo, Comtech.
You got here first.
First to the stream, Comtech. How you doing, man? I've got to fix that overlay too. That needs work. Yeah, man. When I heard that he's obviously got record label he did have record label representation, but when I heard that he does everything himself, I thought about just reaching out to him and saying, hey, man, you're coming out down under on your world tour. You're going to need a tour photographer. Why pay the big bucks to get someone out from the States? I don't charge much. I'll come and do the whole run for you with you. And I guess I didn't do it. That's the end of that story. I didn't do it, but I guess got to eat my own humble pie here. I just said, if someone asks you to do something, and I didn't get asked to do it, but I don't know, like maybe this is a sort of like a little kick around the head. If you're thinking about doing something, what's the worst that can happen? He could say no. I should have done it, but it wouldn't have happened anyway because of this latest news, right? So now I've got these in chronological order here. This is the first time that I saw him on the show, I think. This is 6 years ago, and this just gives you a great indicator of the kind of banter that goes on between these two.
Wow, hitting it. Man, you know how to make a boy happy coming here with gifts.
So we're actually doing
Okay, you got here second.
Yo, Melody. Hey, thanks for swinging by the stream. You're second here on the Valora. I'm using my new chat overlay. Obviously, it's going to need a little work there, but I am using it, and it's feeling good, looking good. Most of the chats are coming through. I just got to tweak a few small things, but how you doing, Melody? Thank you for swinging by.
a fall line of baby clothes. We're partnering with Gerber. I was thinking maybe this would be a good chance to
looks good. It's got work to do.
Theodore, try these out, and you know, try the prototype out. It's a little something, something. Right. We have a couple different designs here.
Oh, that's a nice.
Do you think he actually did put out a line of baby wear? Probably did, right?
High quality print. Thank you so much.
My God.
Wait. Now you got to hear the introduction to this. The introduction.
2.
Welcome, H3 Army. We go to war today against... why do we always have to go to war?
I don't know.
We're making love today. Today we are having a love-making fest because with us is the illustrious, multi-talented, scooter-riding, mega-vaping, bowl-cutted madman, mega-talent, musician, sweetheart, fashion icon.
True.
Woo woo! What's poppin', baby? Thank you for having me.
Also, Oliver is on tour starting in August. Get your tickets right now at olivertreemusic.com. 12 cities are already sold out. So
See, this is one of the first instances, and you can see that there's a genuine friendship there. Then you skip forward to this one. Same thing. We'll go from the start. Watch the intro to this one.
welcome everybody to today's episode of the H3 podcast. I'll be totally frank with you. This is one that I've not been looking forward to. I've in fact been dreading having this person back on, Oliver Tree. Last time we had him on, first of all, he tried to take me on a vape off, lost tragically. Then, because he was so angry, he started trashing our studio. He broke our talking beanie. And then, he went through this crazy rage and he brought in his own big vape pen and he broke it. And it was just, I don't know, I didn't really like the guy. But basically, his producer called our producer, and both of their names is Dan, which is weird. So they have a weird camaraderie because both their names is Dan. And Dan, our Dan, has been begging us, like, you gotta do them a favor. He's got this new album coming out called Ugly is Beautiful. It comes out July the 17th, which...
It's already out.
I did. See, you're not supposed to start talking yet.
Just do your job.
Can somebody turn his mic off?
You just be you, I'll be me.
Can somebody turn his mic off, please, until I'm ready? So anyway...
So at that point, if you didn't know, which I didn't, you might think that was legit, right? You might think, no, he just chirped up there and Ethan's cutting him back down. Shut up, man. I'll bring you on when you're ready. When I'm ready.
His album's out. It's called Ugly is Beautiful. And it's getting really horrible reviews. By me, anyway. I haven't read any of the real reviews, but I heard it and I didn't like it at all. So I was like, why am I going to bring him on and promote this trash album called Ugly is Beautiful out July 17th, which is yesterday. But Dan was like, please do me this favor. So I'm doing this for Dan in honor of their relationship with the other Dan. Anyway, also today's episode is sponsored by Candid.
So there's that. And then I found this one here, which again, this is a timestamped. Oh, did I do this twice? No, there's a timestamp link within this stream, which is just worth watching. Just enjoy this.
Okay, fair enough. So that video, Don't Let Me Down. Now, what is that song?
It's just Let Me Down, dude.
Don't Let Me Down. Because you say, don't let me down in the song. So why would you name it Let Me Down?
I don't know, man. It's a pop song. Let's make it simpler because then you got guys trying to add in all these extra syllables. It's like, dude, just let me down. That's it.
Yeah, but the character, he says, don't let me down. But you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, it says, please don't let me down. You think I'm going to just put every word that's in the song in the title, dude?
You could say, please don't let me down. I mean, I've seen song titles that long before in my life. But regardless, what are we talking about? I heard you said that this is about your fans being upset that you kept delaying your album. Is that true?
Yeah, so after I canceled the album and I lost 150,000 in the first couple of days there, I did feel like I let a lot of people down. And I ultimately felt like I let myself down, and especially the fans. So I made this song as an apology for myself to the fans and let them know, I did let you down and I do feel like I did that, but, I'm here to make amends and I will make the greatest album I could possibly make. And that's all I can do. So
shouldn't it be called I Won't Let You Down? Maybe that would be a better title. If you were to title, if maybe you were considering
How many songs have you written before?
I've actually written a couple, and if you're asking me, the songwriter, you may want to change it just more literally to I, Oliver Tree, will not let you down again, maybe for the title.
What if you made a song that said, I, Ethan Klein, will finally give up my YouTube career because I'm a fucking scam artist?
I'm not a scam artist. Why would you even say that? I mean, I'm not even saying anything personal. I'm giving you constructive feedback that clearly you can't handle.
You're a fucking scam artist.
Bro, okay, so that's called Don't Let Me... So that song is called I, Oliver Tree, Promise Not to Let You Down Again on his YouTube channel. So, Oliver...
There comes a point when you think some of it does feel like it might actually be real, right? Like there's a little animosity there, but obviously we now know it's not. The last one I got for you is, I guess just the introduction to this one again. It's just funny when he comes on.
2.
Welcome, everybody, to the H3 podcast. I'm here with Oliver Tree against my will. I'm here in protest, only fulfilling an obligation. He's a musical artist. He's the guy on TikTok who goes, like life goes on and on and on and on.
All right, stop.
He's the on and on guy from TikTok. Don't like him. His music sucks. This is Oliver Tree.
You literally invited me on here to apologize. Are you going to apologize or not? Yes. That was the agreement.
You texted me begging me to come on. Like, you made an obligation. I said, fine.
Knock it off, Ethan. You look like an idiot right now. What are you even wearing? Look at your stupid little hat.
I came.
That's why he looks stupid. There's more than that.
To bear the hatchet. But I said, I'm not going to let this cowboy kid show me up.
You came here to make a mockery of my life's work. All you do is just make fun of me, bully me, and yet, countless others.
And yet you came knowing that.
You lied to me and you said you would be on my side, making an apology publicly so everyone could see, and this is not what we talked about.
Okay, let me make an apology.
Make an apology.
I apologize to my fans.
Wait, Ethan, let me interrupt you. Can you call out the sponsors? It's more important than apologizing to all of them.
Oh, I have to thank the sponsors.
What are you talking about?
Just wait. I have to thank the sponsors. Just don't talk for like 15 seconds.
I
okay?
can't do that.
Thank you to our sponsors, Babbel.
So you guys can go ahead and watch more of that if you want. I'd highly suggest you do. And if you're not already on board the H3 show, you should get on board. It's funny. I mean, look, we're it's not the time to be laughing and shit, but there is humor still. And look, someone's just died, and we don't even really know too much about it. But I just wanted I just wanted to say respect to the fun times that we got from it. Like it's given me a lot of joy, a lot of pleasure, and the music that Oliver Tree makes. Yeah, it's something that I'm interested in these days. I was dead set looking forward to the tour. Yeah. So do we want to just go back and see if we can find any news information about it? I thought I had some. Where did I put that? Did a Google search on the Google machine, oddly enough, and I've already closed it. Doesn't matter. I just couldn't really look. So there's two videos going around. There's the video that they've stitched together of a military helicopter hitting another one. You can clearly see the way it's being cropped into the Twitter videos. You can clearly see that it's not like, if you just watch that video from the start, you'd see that that's nothing to do with this story. But the way that they've cropped it, you just see two helicopters hit, and then they fall out of the sky, and then it cuts to the apparently it landed on a bunch of EVs, and that's a big explosion. 6 people on board, 5 on one and 1 on the other. And I mean, there's going to be a conversation about this, right? There's going to be a conversation about what happened. From what I understand, Oliver Tree was in Brazil hanging out with a YouTuber, and all I can think of is the second helicopter was part of a video they were shooting. Why they wouldn't have used a drone if they needed to get a shot of them flying in the chopper or something. That's what I don't know, but I'm thinking that the other helicopter was there piloting along next to, maybe. Yo, Uwe on YouTube, did you guys see the music video Oliver made a few months ago, and he's in between 2 helicopters? It's called Flowers. It's about his death. I haven't seen it. And I won't be playing it now, just out of respect, I guess. But yeah, I mean, I'll take a look at it in my own time. Look, helicopters scare the shit out of me. I remember when I was in New Zealand working at NZ Ski, top of Coronet Peak. So the way that the mountain and the access road, the road comes up, and then the mountain here, and right on the edge of the road is where they chose to put the helicopter landing section for anyone that's taken an injury on the mountain. You know, a lot of people break bones snowboarding, skiing and whatnot. They've got a chopper that goes directly from there to the hospital. And they put the heliport, that's what it's called, the heliport, right there on the edge of the road. Now, whenever a helicopter came in to take someone off the mountain, they'd close the road. Why do you think they'd close the road? Because they know if the helicopter fucks up, it's catastrophic for everybody. Usually that access road's chock-a-block with people coming up the mountain to try to get the best spot to go park up to go skiing, or in the afternoon it's chock-a-block everyone leaving the mountain. So if the helicopter, I've heard people say helicopters are one of the safest ways to fly. If they're that safe, why they got to close the access road up the mountain when a single helicopter comes in to land? They didn't close the road because there was an accident with the helicopter. They closed it as a precaution because they know if something goes wrong, it goes wrong really badly. I'm frightened of them. I'll never fly in one, never. I mean, I'm frightened of sharks when I'll go surfboarding, but I'm not flying in a helicopter. You know, you see too many times people with drones fuck up and they touch the arm or a tree or something and the whole thing just flips around. That's the same concept with the helicopter, right? That's how drones, they're all the same. Fucking frightening, man. Elizabeth, who won? In a third world country with notoriously bad safety standards, no less, they just had a woman jump with no bungee cord. I saw that. I thought that was fake as well. I thought that was fake, but obviously that wasn't fake. Was that in Brazil, was it? So both of these incidents occurred in Brazil? Yeah, that's horrible. I don't really want to look into that, but I saw enough of it to see how horrible it was. It's one of those ones that it's kind of like the Charlie Kirk thing. Before you've even known that you've seen it, you've seen it. I was on Twitter when that happened, and I was like, I don't want to see. And bam, there's literally the bullet blasting into his neck and him flying back, before you've even decided you want to watch it, you've already watched it. Same with that bungee thing. So I don't know, like, I know that there's video floating around of the bodies being pulled out of the wreckage of the helicopters. Why do we need to see that? Why on earth does anybody need to see that? You know what happened. You know that there's going to be, hopefully there's going to be some remains that they can identify. We don't need to see it though. But some fucker posted it and it's going around. So I don't know. It's getting me angry right now. Elizabeth, who won? I saw it uncensored, unfortunately. I don't think anything of the olive tree incident. I don't really want to. I didn't see anything. Yeah. I mean, look, if anything, if there's vision of the actual incident occurring, then that vision should be used in the investigation, and that should be what it be used for only. You know that there's vision of, just on that same kind of topic, when Steve Irwin got that stingray into his fucking heart, do you know that they were shooting a documentary? So they were rolling cameras at the time of that impact. At the time of his death, which all occurred within less than a minute, basically, they had the cameras rolling. And the production team, I believe it was National Geographic, they came to, I don't remember Steve Irwin's wife's name, Cindy Irwin. Yeah, Cindy, right? They came to Cindy. No, Bindy's his daughter. I might be mixing that up. Anyway, they came to her and said, what are your wishes? We obviously were shooting. What are your wishes? And her wishes were, destroy it. Destroy that tape. I don't want to see it. Just because it happened doesn't mean we need to keep it. Destroy it. And I understand that they did destroy it. So in something like that, there's no chance that anything else aside from what we know happened, right? He got stung by a stingray. A barb of the stingray went through his heart. There's no other story there. But in a case of an accident, like a helicopter collision or, you know, that bungee cord thing, the video of that can be used like as evidence clear. Like, this is what happened. There's the video of it. You can't deny it. Although maybe with AI you can these days. I don't know, but. So it's a shame that places like Twitter exist, because people feel like they're getting something, that there's some knowledge that they get from having this footage or seeing this footage. Like, you know, the same with the shark attacks that have been happening in Australia so much lately. So much shark attacks. There's obviously vision of most of them. There's cameras all over the beaches. Do we need to see it though? It doesn't do anything. It doesn't do anything to anybody except scare the shit out of them. So I don't know. I'm getting on a bit of a rant. I don't really want to get on a rant here. I wanted to just pay the respects there. Yeah, and my advice would be to go ahead and check out Oliver Tree's music. Go and buy his records now. There's no more touring. Go and watch the H3 podcast. I'm sure Ethan will dedicate an episode to him coming up. Let me give you a link to that. I'm sure you can find this however you want, wherever you want, but I'll post it in the YouTube chat. That's to the H3 podcast. I'll post it also in the Beam chat, because that does go out everywhere as well. And because of Valora.tv being my chosen home these days, I'll post it there as well. So it's all over the place there for you to nab. And I'm going to take a pause here. I'm going to go grab myself a coffee. When we come back, we'll swap topics to something a little bit more enjoyable, just some content that I want to just talk about. But yeah, rest in peace, Oliver Tree, and condolences to the family and friends that he's left behind. The fans like us can just accept that we had something rad for a while. That's our loss. The music's gone. But the family of him and his loved ones, they've lost someone. But like, yeah, I don't know what to say about that, but I'll be back. Enjoy some surfboarding. This is from a little while ago, a few days ago now.
I'm pretty psyched here today, this morning. I haven't been surfing in 3 weeks because the toothpick has been repaired. Darren at Entity Surfboards right here in town did all the things and fixed this. So there's a D-lam in the wood strip that runs all the way down the center of the board, and he suggested, certainly near the tail pad, before I take it out and before I put a new pad on, just cover that with some arrow dart. So I did. I'm also going to be using a wax comb from now on. He said there's about 2 kilos of wax on that board that he took off, and I can tell you it is so much lighter without wax. I mean, it needs wax, but not the amount I had on there. So I'm going to start respecting the wax code of ethics. Not a lot of wave action, but I'm still stoked to be out here. It is a long weekend, so the beach is packed. That means there's more than 2 people. And hopefully some waves sneak through.
It took me longer than I thought. I had to get a jacket. It's getting cold back here. Getting cold. Winter is upon us. By the way, I've got to change my chat so that it stays on the screen. I think the 45-second departure is only good for IRL streaming. If I'm here at home, I think it needs to stay up on the screen for longer. What have I missed? This is all backwards. Turn that around. All right, we're good to roll. So let's move on What have we got here? A few videos to react to. This is Elon Musk in 2000. What was that noise? I'm not sure. In 2007, Elon Musk predicted everything. What? Everything? Literally everything? I mean, people smoke Elon Musk. They're like, he's the best, he's the best. But did he predict everything? Let me just get a little sip of this. I don't think he could have, could he? This is on a show called The Mighty Kappa. The Mighty Kappa. The best way to predict the future is to create it. Interesting concept. Yeah, okay. Well, Elon, what do you got for us?
Thank you so much for being with us here at Wired Science.
Well, thank you for having me.
I need to first lay a little bit of a foundation here. 2 days into your physics program at Stanford University, you quit school to start a company called Zip to a media company.
Right.
Which you sold a few years later for...
Hey, Carl. Thanks for subbing on YouTube, Carl. What's cracking? Where are you coming from, Carl? How you doing? Good to see you. Good to have you. Good to know you. Always appreciating new subscribers to the channel. Thank you, man. Oh, wait. Why is that background music still on? That's better.
$307 million. Then 4 years later, eBay buys PayPal. Is that correct? A company that you established or helped to establish as one of the creators?
With a few others, yeah.
And now you've taken those two enormous successes and you've set your ambition on space. How did you go from online payment systems to building a spaceship, essentially?
Well, when I graduated from college, there were 3 areas that I thought would be most impactful to the future of humanity. The three...
Digivo, Aussie. Hello, Aussie. Greetings from Austria. Hello, Digivo. Digivo, DJ Giove, DJ Giove, DJ Giove, DJ Giove, DJ Giove. How you doing, man? Greetings from Austria. I love Austria. How you going?
Were the internet.
On Valora too, dude. I didn't even see that. You're on Valora, dude. Stop. We don't often get new crew coming in from Valora. How do you know about Valora? DJ George. DJ George? Is that what it says? DJ George. Interesting, man. I'm just looking at Valora right there. I appreciate you coming in on Valora, man. Rad, dude. You enjoying the platform? I noticed that there's been an update, which we will talk about
and
another time, but well, I don't want to do it right now, but there is another update on Valora. I'm getting pretty psyched about it, but good to have you, man.
And then changing the economy from a mine and burn hydrocarbon-based economy to one which is solar electric, which I think is going to be the primary but not exclusive means of energy and transportation.
Have we screwed it up so badly here on this planet that our only hope is to build a new civilization out there?
No, not at all. Actually, I'm quite optimistic about the future of humanity on Earth.
You are?
Yeah, absolutely.
So what is the benefit to humanity then to inhabit Mars, which is
Fair
really
question.
what is an ambition of yours?
Well, I think if you consider two paths, one where we're forever confined to Earth and the other where we're a spacefaring civilization out exploring the stars, I think the latter is far more exciting.
No shit, it's more exciting. It's very Star Trek. The thing is, and I've often said this, and I'll say it again right now, if you're going to live on Mars, it's an indoors existence, right? You're not going to be outside much. And what's one of the big things that we hear people say to anybody when they're feeling down? Go outside and touch grass. You're not going to be able to do that on Mars. You're not going to be able to go outside and touch grass. So how long can you know who should go? The English. Only the English should be the ones that go to Mars because they've got an indoor-only existence nearly all their lives. Yeah, like no sunlight, no fresh water. I mean, fresh water that they've made, but pom-pom, yo, how you going, pom-pom? Pom-pom Z on Kick. Pom-pom. You know what I'm saying? Like if you can't go outside, they're going to create these terrariums, these domes that you live in. It's going to be fun for a while, and you might say, yeah, but you get the outdoor experience in the dome area that they've made the outdoors, but you're not really outdoors, are you? I don't know. I wouldn't like it. I would not like it. No surfing, no ocean, right? No waves. Shit, man. Rules me out.
A richer and more diverse human experience.
How can you do that better than NASA?
Well, NASA is a customer of ours. So there's, I think, a confusion in the public mind that perhaps a company like SpaceX is competing with NASA. But in fact, NASA is a customer of ours. So we're actually providing services to NASA, launch services. And when the shuttle retires in 2010, so starting in 2011, SpaceX's rocket will replace the space shuttle in servicing the space station with astronauts and cargo transportation.
The name of your rocket ship is called the Falcon Explorer. Is that it?
Well, the Falcon 9.
The Falcon 9
is the rocket, and then the spaceship is Dragon.
Dragon.
Yeah. So the Falcon 9 rocket lifts the Dragon spaceship, and this Dragon spaceship is what goes to the space station and then returns to Earth.
So
Why are there subtitles on here? They're not. Oh, they're hard baked. They're hard baked in. They're speaking very clear. We can really. Do we need them? Maybe.
transports the Falcon as almost cargo then?
So the Falcon 9 is kind of like the semi, or something like that. And the Falcon 9 booster rocket takes the Dragon spaceship to space and drops it off. Then it goes to the space station, docks with the space station, transfers astronauts or resupply, cargo, whatever the case may be, and then the Dragon spacecraft returns to Earth.
Reading some of the speeches that you have given in your career, and how old you're?
You mean like
you're practically 23 years. You're 23 years old. Is that it?
I'm actually 12.
You're 12.
Yeah.
I was going to say.
What do I think about the universe? Fucking hell, that's a broad question. I think it's very vast. It's a vast expanse of nothingness. Actually, it trips you out when you think about that. It just goes on and on and on, to coin a phrase. Yeah, it's just it's almost I can't think of it. I don't know how to think of it. It's crazy.
You look terrific. But you have said that we got lost along the way with our space program. What did you mean by that?
Right. I think that was in some of my congressional testimony. I gave a few speeches to Congress. Well, what I mean by that is, in 1969, we were able to go to the moon, and here we are, over 3 decades later, and we can barely get to low Earth orbit. And I think, by any measure, that is a step backwards.
Is that for a lack of leadership or technology?
I think we made the wrong technological choices, and I think there was also a lack of will at the highest levels of government to take the next step and go well, at least stay on the moon and perhaps build a base there, and then go beyond the moon to Mars. And if you look at the news articles in the late 60s, early 70s, the expectation was that by now, in the 21st century, we would have a moon base and probably even a Mars base. And I think if you'd asked anyone at that point in time whether we would be unable to go to the moon and not have been to Mars, I think they would think you're crazy.
Do we need leadership in that realm? Do we need a John F. Kennedy who sets a goal for us when he said one day a man will walk on the moon? Do we need that kind of...
Elon Musk, in this interview, because it's 2007, so it's a number of years ago, he seems to be a little bit of a better public speaker. He definitely got worse skills at that. Yo, hi, Rez. How you doing, man? Who is he speaking with? What was the gentleman's name? The channel's called The Mighty Kappa. But I don't know who the host is, unfortunately. The Mighty Kappa, the mighty high res in the house.
Leadership for this technology to move forward in that big step?
I do think it's very important the president
Jesus.
set the priority and determine the goal.
Just checking out my new chat that I'm using. Yeah, you've just come in on the Kick machine, just seeing how it all works. This is the first time I've used it in a live feed. I've got to add avatars for Kick by the look of that. Yeah, your avatar's not there, but the Kick channel icon is. Maybe those icons could be a little smaller. It's very nice. I think, let me actually, while we're here and you're on Kick, I'm going to post one from Beam and just see how big is this? How big? Okay. And what about a comparison to Velora? Icons are a bit large maybe. Yeah, they don't need to be that large, do they? What about Velora icon? Just type anything. Yeah, okay. Okay, it depends on, because they're all 10,024, but then they're scaled. I use something called Line Joiner from my widgets and whatnot. I don't. I made this one myself. I needed this Live Joiner. I have heard of that. I have heard of Live Joiner. I needed some very specific things for mine. The main specific thing I needed was that this is a headless chat. So it's just a URL. Now you can say, well, you can put a URL in OBS and then you can tweak it with CSS. Sure. I'm not using OBS. Well, here I am, but when I go out on the road, IRL style, I don't have OBS. I don't have a laptop. I have a cloud-based streaming platform that only allows you to paste in a URL. Doesn't let you tweak it, doesn't let you modify it. There's no back-end CSS. So I've got this that I've built and I can tweak it myself before it goes up before it gets redeployed. And I've done some pretty slick changes to it. I've added all of the, like, look at these custom emotes on Valora should be animated. Yeah, custom emotes. I've also added when you do a channel point redemption.
What a beautiful group of people you are. You are good. I wish I looked like you.
That comes up inside the chat as it should, which it never does do unless you make your own, but there it is right there on Valora. The other thing I've got to do is work on some other small back-end stuff, but yeah, we're getting there. It's definitely a work in progress. YouTube chat should work as well. Let me just check the YouTube logo. I can appreciate that. Thank you, man. Yeah. Where's the YouTube? Did I post that? YouTube's a bit, there it is. It's a bit slow. So if anything, the Kick logo looks kind of large just based upon the fact that it's an uppercase K. Every other logo looks decent because it's not as blasting as the Kick logo and the Kick color as well also. But they could go down I could drop them down like maybe 10%, 20% maybe and just see. Yeah, cool. All right, but it's all working. So far, it's working quite well. All right, let's continue on.
That we as a nation will aspire to, and George Bush has his pluses and minuses, but at least one plus is that he has helped to steer the space program in a direction that more or less makes sense. The only thing I would sort of argue with is that I don't think we should be going back to the moon. I think we should be focused on Mars. I think we saw
You think that's a mistake, focusing on the moon?
I do think.
Didn't Elon change that? Didn't Elon announce that they're going to go to the moon, or is that someone who's going to the moon? I know Hex isn't, but who else is going to the moon? I thought Elon announced it. I thought it was SpaceX that's going to the moon.
I think we should rather be focused on Mars. The moon is kind of like the Arctic. I mean, it's just a very barren place. Very little resources. It's small. It's not really a place that we could establish another human civilization.
There's a feeling of been there, done that too with the moon.
Yeah, I think we saw that movie in the '60s. And the remake's never as good.
Did we really go to the moon?
Yes, we did. We definitely
I just wanted to check.
The government is incapable of suppressing a conspiracy of that nature.
Of that nature. Okay, good.
This ambition to explore space.
Absolutely.
As an entrepreneur, there's quite a bit of competition out there. There's Jeff Bezos with Blue Origin. There's Richard Branson with his Virgin Galactic.
Right.
And I'm not talking about NASA either. There's Paul Allen. There's the European Space Agency and Boeing and Lockheed Martin. The Chinese, the Russians. Let's just throw all of them into the same sort of competitive field. How is SpaceX different? How do you think you'll sort of surpass them?
Well, you've listed a wide range of entities there, and I think the differences are really different depending upon which one you're referring to. Well,
let me ask you this question.
Yeah.
Who is your competition?
We have no serious competition.
None?
Not presently.
Who's chasing you?
Well, if you mean chasing and has a serious chance of catching, then I think none that I'm aware of.
And Branson guy's kind of a hack then.
Well, what Branson's doing, by the way, I'm a great admirer of Branson, is really a much smaller technological challenge. So their craft would be suborbital. So it would go to about Mach 3. Our craft is orbital. It goes to Mach 25, so 25 times the speed of sound. But that doesn't describe the whole scale of difficulty because the energy required to get those velocities scales as the square of the velocity. So to do what Branson is doing, you need, say, about 9 units of energy. To do what we're doing, you need 625 units of energy. The difference is monumental. And then when you re-enter, you have to burn off all that energy. So that doubles the problem, really. So I mean, what Branson is doing from a technological standpoint is building something that can cross the English Channel. What we're building is something that can circumnavigate the globe. It's a very...
That's crazy. And then catch it in a toothpick. You know, that's probably one of the most ingenious things that they've done with those returning. The Falcon 9's the one that returns, right? And they catch it with a toothpick. Equivalent, not a toothpick, but you know what I'm saying.
Different scale of technological difficulty. I still think what he's doing is great. And by the way, I bought a ticket on his effort.
You did?
Yeah. So I still think it's great, but it's not in the same league technologically.
So you're not particularly worried?
Wait. Elon bought a ticket to that, but he didn't end up going? Did he give his ticket away or something? Katy Perry went instead.
Certainly not about that. No. The things that worry me are we going to make a mistake? Are we, the things that can really hurt SpaceX are, I mean, our own foolishness, our own errors can hurt us, but none of the competition that I'm aware of.
Mm-hmm. So generally, you're worried about what's in front of you, not the other guy. In fact, you probably don't think about them in terms of how they criticize you or what they think about you.
I don't think there's much criticism. I mean, Boeing and Lockheed, of course, they would criticize, but I don't think any of the entrepreneurial guys would criticize what we're doing. And it's certainly possible that I think, you know, what Jeff Bezos is working on could ultimately, I mean, he does have aspirations to get to orbit and beyond. It's just that what they're doing right now is suborbital and at the sort of lower technology level. Mm-hmm. What I think about at SpaceX is really entirely what are we doing to ensure that our rocket is going to be successful and that we are truly optimizing the cost and ensuring high reliability. I mean, that's just a very, very difficult problem. There's a reason why there's an idiomatic expression about rocket science being hard. It really is really hard.
So rocket science really is rocket science?
Yeah. It looks hard, and it's harder than it looks.
What's the big goal here? What's the long-term plan?
Well, the long-term ultimate objective, the Holy Grail, is we would like to help make life multiplanetary. That's really what we would like to do.
So establish societies on as many planets as possible?
Well, yeah, I think there's only one possibility, but yeah, I mean, even if we can just go from one planet to two, I think that's a pretty big step.
And you'll start with?
Well, Mars. Mars is the only viable planet.
Have you not been listening?
Yeah. So multiplanetary life?
Yeah. It's help make life multiplanetary. I think that's an important thing.
I don't think your goal's big enough.
Ha! Yeah?
It's ambitious.
Well, like I said, we don't expect to do it single-handedly, but we certainly would like to help make it happen.
It's fair to say you've made a fortune.
Yeah, I think so, by any reasonable standard, yeah.
And, you know, those who work in science probably understand your trajectory, but there are those who are watching who would think, if I made that money, I'd sit on a beach, I'd drink beer, and I would just watch the sunset. Kind of like a Corona beer commercial. Have you ever thought about that as a career option?
Dumb question.
You know, I find that really pretty boring. So that would be torture. If I had to do that every day, that would really be pretty awful for me.
Is there something about startup businesses that really fuels your desire to work?
Well, I guess I really need to be preoccupied with something. And if I'm just sort of sitting there relaxing, I can only do that for a very short period of time, and then it becomes unbearable. Mm-hmm. Although startups definitely have their highs and lows. And there's a friend of mine who has a good phrase, you know, a startup business is like eating glass and staring into the abyss.
What is the criteria that you establish for yourself for a startup?
The fuck does that mean? Eating glass and staring into the abyss? When do we ever do that? How do you know what that feels like? Eating glass. That's weird.
You mean why one business over another?
Yeah.
Well, for me, it's always about, does what I'm doing matter? If we are successful, does it matter to the world? And so there are easier ways to make money than starting a rocket company or, say, a car company. Mm-hmm. Or even when I started an internet company, because when I started the first internet company, nobody had made any money, and it wasn't clear that anyone would make any money. It was simply from the perspective of the internet being a very important thing and something that needed to be built, and so I wanted to help build it.
Well, you touch upon something that's interesting, is that that benefiting humanity is a very integral part of your criteria, no matter what you're starting up.
Yes, absolutely.
Really? Not everybody has that as a prime interest.
That's the prime objective.
That's probably relatively unusual, although
prime
there
directive.
are many people that I know in Silicon Valley for whom that is a significant motivation.
You said in your endeavor here to explore space that we are committed to failing in a new way. if nothing else. What did you mean by that? Just how it sounds?
Well, I mean, we're committed to succeed, really. But if we do fail, I would hope that we at least add to the body of knowledge such that those who follow may make fewer mistakes.
That's
That's pretty noble.
Mars were not enough. You are busy here on Earth.
The world is not enough.
That's right.
If you listen to this, this man seems like a pretty smart, head screwed on, good, solid objectives. What happened to this guy? Because he's nothing like this these days. He's actually he's a bit maniacal these days. And is it possible the money's gone, the money's corrupted him? Something's off about Elon Musk these days, but this interview from 2007 paints him as just like, yeah, we want to do the best we can for mankind. We're trying to do everything we possibly can, and if not us, someone else. At least we'll be there to help. These are all admirable traits, but I don't know. I think buying Twitter was probably where it all kind of went wrong, right?
What? Have you no limits, my friend? Here on Earth, you are establishing a presence, certainly with Tesla Motors. Tell us a little bit about that. This is an electric car company, correct?
Right.
And this is no hybrid car you could buy on a car lot. This thing goes from
now.
0 to 60 in 4 seconds. Is that right?
Yes, absolutely. 0 to 60 in under 4 seconds. It's faster, better acceleration than any Porsche currently in production and any Ferrari except the Enzo. And it's twice the energy efficiency of a Prius.
And I've driven in one just recently, or I passengered in one just recently for the first time. I'm 51? No, 50. Wait, how old am I? I'm 50. Yeah, I'm 50. I'm turning 51 this year. The real TV, before or after his emails with the big man Jeff, before or after his emails with the big man Jeffrey Epstein? Or I assume you're referring to Epstein, not Jeff Bezos. I'm not sure what you're referring to. But what was I saying? Oh, yeah. I got into Tesla for the first time ever. And, man, it is quiet in that thing. No noise. Very, very interesting vehicle. No noise, fully self-driven, or what's it called? FSD, fully supervised driving is what it's called. Overtook a truck going up a hill with an overtaking lane, did it all itself, indicated out, indicated back in, merged back out. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's the safest vehicle on the road. I don't think you could intentionally have an accident in a Tesla. You mean Epstein. So the emails to Epstein. So that's right. He wanted to go to the island when there was the biggest party on there or something. Invite me when you have the biggest party night. Yeah, well, that just tells you that either Elon never really had much luck with the ladies, or we don't know if he was referring to young, underage potentially, or what he was referring to. But yeah, it's pretty sketchy for certain.
So it's.
But by the way, was that when those emails? Can they be tracked back to what date? Like what year that was? Like, is that from this era of him? Because I mean, he's a bit goofy looking, but he's not an ugly looking guy, right? Like he's just a young looking dude. Maybe he needs a bit better styling, but he's not an ugly man. Yo, Dappy just subbed over on YouTube. Thanks, Dappy. Yeah, Elon Musk, not an ugly looking dude. Surely he could have impressed the ladies if he needed to.
You really have the moral high ground, and you get to, leave the Ferrari guy in your dust. So it's hard to beat.
Let me ask the obvious. Well, and you don't look like one.
They have dates on them. I looked at them. They start in 2014. This looks way older though. Yeah, this is 2007. So yeah, okay. So yeah. So I guess Elon was not involved in that shit way back then. But yeah, he came. That was him that wanted to come to the party island, right? Let me know when the biggest night is on. Something like that, to that effect.
One of those guys who's trying too hard in a Ferrari.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You don't look like a jerk, You don't
you're not bright banana yellow Lamborghini or
Absolutely.
Ferrari.
There's something I should point out about Tesla, which is Tesla its first car is a sports car, not because we think the world lacks for a sports car, but because it is the right entry point for the market. If you have a new technology, the right place to enter is high unit cost, low unit volume.
You know where it all fell apart? It wasn't just that, but I think when Elon announced the Cybertruck and all the hoo-ha around the Cybertruck, I think that was a failed media campaign. It's already extremely polarizing in what the product was. So it looked pretty strange for anybody that's seen a motor vehicle. That thing looked like out of this world, like something that just irrelevant to the current trend, right? Like completely, like we're all driving circles and you present us with a triangle kind of thing. Literally triangle. And he messed it up with that, bulletproof glass and all that hoo-ha with the bowling ball going through it or whatever it was. And he messed it up with the pricing and the delivery times. Everything in that initial Cybertruck press media release thing, none of that shit came through, right? The vehicle was completely different shape, smaller, right? Like that one was bigger and then it became smaller, different payload, different mile range, different price tag, just completely like, yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't know why someone would. And by the way, the delivery, like, 6 years later or something? Like, far out, man. Imagine putting a pre-order in and then waiting, was it 6 years till it came out? Yes, he asked if there were any good young girls. One of them to Epstein is literally just, "Do you think I'm retarded?" Well, I don't know if the word young was in there. I know that he asked about being invited to the island on the biggest party night. I don't remember there being anything about the age of the women that would be there. But that's implied because that's what they were doing. But I don't think that was exactly in the text. But you might know more.
When a new cell phone comes out or a new laptop or some new thing, it tends to be expensive at first because they're figuring out all the issues and it takes time to optimize. And then over time, that technology will become cheaper and cheaper. And so the Model 2 of Tesla, and maybe I'm leaping ahead here, but Model 2 of Tesla is a $49,000 four-door, five-passenger sedan, and that's going to be obviously a much broader market segment that can make use of that car. And then Model 3 is intended to be around a $30,000 price point, and so that's really affordable by almost everyone who can buy a new car. So the idea is to drive to mass market as rapidly as possible, but only at the pace at which the technology matures. So,
is Henry Ford someone you admire?
Well, I think Henry Ford made some very important contributions to business and obviously moving manufacturing line and that sort of thing. So I think he's certainly worthy of admiration. He was a bit of an art duck, but certainly noteworthy. But the interest in Tesla is not from the perspective of the world needs another car company. It's more from the perspective of we have a very important environmental problem that needs to be addressed, which is driven by the burning of fossil fuels and the increasing CO2 concentration in the atmosphere and global climate change, which I think is going to be one of the most significant issues of the 21st century. And the only way to really get around that, in my view, is really with an electric vehicle. And then you need to pair that up with a zero-emission power generation method, such as solar power. I think solar power is going to be a really big deal.
Yeah, because to charge an electric vehicle, even to this day, to current days, you need to connect to the mains, to the grid. Not a lot of people are charging it from solar. Now you can repower the grid via solar, but as far as doing that, and then being completely off grid, I don't know many people that have done that successfully with their, the roof of their house, put enough panels up there to charge your Tesla batteries throughout the day, and then come home and charge your vehicle overnight. I think it's still at that point where you still need to be on grid for a portion of the time if you're charging an electric vehicle. I could be wrong.
Tesla is not a hybrid car.
By the way, just speaking about solar and Tesla and charging and everything, how rad would it be if somehow they could charge the Starlink minis and the Starlink Gen 3 dishes and whatever the Starlink 4 and all that crap will be? Imagine they charged from the sun. So right now, I think it's 35 watts that you need. At least to power it up, and then it runs. Once it's made its connection, it drops off the power wattage. But imagine if you could use the Starlink just because it was pointing at the sky, and so therefore it's getting energy as well as internet. Because right now you got to plug that thing in. That would be pretty rad. You can use it anywhere. You can point it at the sky. But then what about on a rainy day? I don't know. Can Elon devise some kind of way to get solar out of clouds? I mean, a little bit of UV energy comes out of the cloud, but not enough, right? Interesting.
Tesla's pure electric.
Pure electric.
Yeah.
So help connect the dots for me. Why aren't we seeing Tesla cars on the car lots then? What's keeping them
We haven't made them yet. So we're just finishing up the development right now.
And this guy's a dumb interviewer. Did he not do that smallest bit of research? Why are we not seeing them on the lots yet? Well, we haven't made them yet. That's enough. He should have just gone, oosh, this interview's over, dude.
What's keeping them?
We haven't made them yet. So we're just finishing up the development right now.
And anybody can buy this?
Yes.
How will you?
Well, actually, we've almost sold out of 2007 production. So if somebody does want to buy next year's model, they better act quickly.
One of the primary complaints about hybrid vehicles is
Elizabeth, who won? Starlink has been a godsend for areas like mine. Man, I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, same. Like I don't use it here now, but I use it on my IRL streaming, and it's ingenious, right? To have internet where sometimes you wouldn't have even had a cell phone reception. Like in Australia, we got two networks, Telstra and Optus, and all the other networks piggyback off. So if you can't get an Optus or a Telstra signal, you can't get any of the other carriers because they're all paying to use those two. So there's many places where neither of those two work. And then you used to have to rely on satellite internet, which is what Starlink is, but the one that was there before Starlink was so bad. Like, it was literally like the old days where you download an image and you come back after going to the bathroom and it's still Starlink has just given you internet wherever you can see the sky. It's incredible, dude. Yeah. But the price keeps going up, you know.
not fast enough. You seem to overcome this.
You won't have any trouble with this.
Excuse me.
Hey, Elfsar. Elfsar swinging in with a Keemstar burp. How you doing, Elfsar? Good to see you, man. Thank you.
There's something uniquely better about electric vehicles, which is that the torque response is immediate. So if you want to pass someone, the response.
Now, Elfsar, what badge is not showing on your profile? Oh, I've got to add those badges. Moderator badge. Yeah. There's a gap between your avatar and your handle. That's a mod badge. I've got to add that in. Okay. I'm glad that you're here because you are testing things while I'm testing them. My on-screen chat is now not fully. It's functioning as I would like. Okay, cool. I'm testing the width of things as well. Okay. Needs a little tweakage, but it's looking good. You can trigger alerts from there as well. I'm pretty stoked with that. Seems to be working very well.
They were getting yippy, they were getting a little bit yippy.
They were getting a little yippy. What about your testes? Oh, yeah, I've been testing all day today, dude. Whenever I'm working on it, I'm testing and I'm posting crap in the chat just to see what things come up. And I often just mash up words together. The curious one that I've got, yo, Woz, how you doing, man? How you going, Woz? After Nizzle, good to see you, man. The one that I want to really want to see, well, actually, I won't bother testing this right now, but I call them balls, testes. I was going to say Pilled. Pilled is an interesting one because Pilled has such rad stickers, but not a lot else going for it. Am I not live over there on Pilled? I don't think I am. I thought I was live on Pilled. Seen any of the UFC event today? No. If I'm watching anything right now, it's the World Cup, which I haven't really. I've got a lot to watch. I'm missing a lot of World Cup action. No, I'm live on Pilled. Why did it not come up then? Hey, shush. I wanted to just test these alerts, Pilled alerts with the font. Yeah, okay, so it gives you that. But then the stickers is what I really... Folders, stickers, all. Here's a long... Okay, I'm glad we're doing this. This is a long sticker. A wide sticker, sorry, on Pilled. I want to see where that comes up in that. Okay, it's not as wide as I thought, that one. One of the fighters is called Michelle Obama. And it's a man. Okay. Transgender, is that the crack? I'm just trying to find a super wide Pilled sticker. And there's the White House Or is that the Pentagon? There's a wide. This is relatively wide. Let me see how this comes up. Just want to see what it looks like in this scene. Still not as wide as I was hoping. And then over here. Okay, it'll do. It'll do. Got to add avatars to Pilled as well. But got a little work to do. I'm learning. By the way, for those that are wondering, I've created this chat. I've created it. I mean, I'm using AI to do it, but I'm learning as I go, and it's going to pull in from any platform you want. Yeah, seems to be working. Not was a slur. You see it pop up in the news later. No, it was a slur. Not was a slur. You'll see it pop in the news later. Okay. Not sure I follow exactly what you're saying there. Not was a slur. Michelle Obama as a man. Michelle Obama fighting in the UFC as a man, but it was a slur. Okay. I'll just have to wait and see what comes up on that, because I haven't been following it at all. But let's move back in and find out a little more from the Elon machine. What's he yapping about again?
The response to the car is very immediate. It's more fun to drive an electric car than it is to drive a gasoline car.
You know, I was going to say that Tesla, the car, the name of the car company is no coincidence, is it? Explain a little bit about that.
Tesla
the company's named after Nikola Tesla, who was an inventor. He was originally from the area of Yugoslavia in Europe, but he moved to America when he was young and was an inventor of the AC induction motor, invented a lot of the principles of magnetism. So he was a great man, a great inventor, so the company's named in honor of him.
Mm-hmm. So these cars, the Tesla Roadster, the first issue of the Tesla Roadster, available in 2007.
Yes.
In the spring, the summer? How do you get on the waiting list?
Well, you buy the car, you basically put down a deposit. And we've actually...
Can you do that through the web?
Yeah, we'll have, by the way, customer centers all around the country. So we'll have one in LA, one in the Bay Area, Chicago, Miami, New York, and eventually nationwide customer centers where somebody does want to see the car in person, take a test drive, or see the car being worked on. I mean, we have this idea for the way that the cars are serviced that it should be a really pleasant experience. So we have, somewhere between like a Starbucks and an Apple store. So you'd go in and you'd see the cars being worked on behind a glass partition.
That would be your car you're watching?
Yeah, or somebody else's.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's really clean. It's really clean, present, bright. There'll be sort of a
Wait. So you can go and see them building your car, your actual vehicle. That's kind of weird.
Coffee bar available. We really want to have a very pleasant experience that you don't typically get if you go into a dealership.
Have you heard from Toyota? Have you heard from General Motors and Ford saying is the company for sale?
Nobody's actually made a formal offer, but the interest, I think one of the biggest values that Tesla can provide is serving as an example to the rest of the auto industry, because right now the auto industry, the big car companies.
Why would Ford or Toyota want to buy Tesla before they brought out their first vehicle? What a dumb question. This interviewer needs to go back to interview school.
A viable electric vehicle is not possible, and B, even if it was, people wouldn't buy it. So we need to show that neither of those are true, that the technology works, that people want to buy it, and that will be the most effective way of really driving change in the auto industry is by serving as an example in that manner. And if we were to sell the company to one of the...
Might be why this is a rare lost interview. Is that what they're titling it? No, it doesn't... Oh yeah, it's in brackets, rare lost interview. It's had 2 million views. Published on the 13th of March. So it's from 2007, but it's been re-upped a few months back. It's had 2 million. Okay. A lot of users.
I think it would really slow things down.
Mm-hmm. You think so?
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. You're very busy enterprising the part of your company that will explore space. You're very busy with this car company. Where do you find time to be CEO of 2 companies that size?
Well, I should correct you that I'm CEO of SpaceX. And I'm chairman and CEO of SpaceX, and that is really my day job. So I spend 80% of my time on SpaceX.
Okay.
I am the chairman and the principal owner of Tesla Motors, but I do not run it on a daily basis.
You don't run that on a daily basis?
No.
Well, that was really the question, was how do you run those 2 large enterprises on a daily basis?
Is it
What the fuck? Did I just hear that right? Elon literally answered him, and then he just asked it again? Did I get that right? I can't believe... Hi-Res is laughing. Did I hear that correct? He asked him, how do you run those two companies on the daily basis? And he said, I don't. And then he repeated, well, that was the actual question. This guy's digging his own grave and digging it very quickly. He didn't even listen to Elon's answer the first time. That's what it sounds like. I want to hear this again, just to see how dumb this guy is.
The part of your company that will explore space, you're very busy with this car company. Where do you find time to be CEO of two companies that size?
Well, I should correct you that I'm CEO of SpaceX. And I'm chairman and CEO of SpaceX, and that is really my day job. So I spend 80% of my time on SpaceX.
Okay.
I am the chairman and the principal owner of Tesla Motors, but I do not run it on a daily basis.
You don't run that on a daily basis?
No.
Well, that was really the question, was how do you run those two large enterprises on a daily basis?
Okay, I didn't hear it wrong. And the funny thing is that he actually said the word daily basis twice. So he understood that his question was irrelevant, yet he re-asked it. Damn, dude. I've got to hear it one more time.
I'm CEO of SpaceX. And I'm chairman and CEO of SpaceX, and that is really my day job. So I spend 80% of my time on SpaceX.
Okay.
I am the chairman and the principal owner of Tesla Motors, but I do not run it on a daily basis.
You don't run that on a daily basis?
No.
Well, that was really the question, was how do you run those two large enterprises on a daily basis? Is it a couple of phone calls to the Tesla?
That's when Elon should have gone like this. If I was Elon in that interview, I would have gone like this. Facing the interview, I would have been like, did anybody else? Okay, we're done here. See ya. You guys heard him say that? I'm done. I would have said that's enough. That's enough questions. Just take those and put that together for your interview, because you're not listening to me. And I got two companies to run on a daily basis. I got to get out of here.
Well, folks, how's it going? I'm busy with outer space right now. You guys got that covered?
I spent about 2 to 3 days a month on Tesla-related business, and almost all the rest of the time is on SpaceX. So SpaceX.
What is it you say you actually do around here, Elon? You got your interview with the two Bobs.
My day-to-day job, and then I provide product guidance, strategic guidance, and obviously funding for Tesla. Like Steve Jobs, right? So he runs Apple on a daily basis, but he also, has oversight over Pixar. It's kind of like that.
And in your day-to-day, and this is one of those silly lifestyle questions.
Uh-oh. Get ready.
How early do you get up in the morning?
Okay.
And where do you go to work physically? Is it an office?
I thought he was about to say, how do you get up? What time do you get up in the morning, and how soon after do you take your first dump?
How early do you get up in the morning? And where do you go to work physically? Is it an office?
Yeah, I go to work at SpaceX.
How early do you get up in the
Vandelay Industries was, yeah, right on. Vandelay, say Vandelay.
morning?
I'm not an early morning person.
So for young engineers and for inventors and creators, they can sleep until 10 or 11?
We have no fixed hours at SpaceX, and personally, I tend to get up around 7:30.
Yeah, dude, that's the answer. For young engineers and inventors and creators, you can sleep till 11. That's it. That's the message that Elon's giving right there. You idiot! I got to find out who this guy is. He's piqued my interest because he's so dumb at what he's doing. What's his name? Anybody else mention what his name? Yeah. No one's talking about how bad the interviewer is. Forget Elon.
For young engineers and for inventors and creators, they can sleep until 10 or 11?
We have no fixed hours at SpaceX, and personally.
Also laughs at his own jokes. Like that's cringe.
To get up around 7:30 or 8 and be in the office around 9:30. But then I tend to stay till about 8 p.m.
Okay, college students across America are saying, oh, drats, I thought he was going to say like noon. But then you go into an office and you sit with, in a separate office?
You sit on a chair? Do you have a desk? Are you using pens, Elon? When you need to get a coffee, do you put it in a mug, or are you putting it in one of those walk-around mugs? Are you a normal human is what he's trying to get at.
I'm going to say like noon. But then you go into an office and you sit with, in a separate office away from those who are working, or do you sit with them?
No, I just have a cubicle at SpaceX.
You have a cubicle?
Yeah.
And are you surrounded by your colleagues there?
Yeah, absolutely.
What is your hope in terms of the impact
the cubicle's on its own.
leave on culture, this civilization? this world, global civilization? What is it that you hope to leave here?
Well, I think what I'd like to do is help solve some important problems. So I think in a small way, I helped build the internet, and then with respect to the global warming problem, the transition from away from oil and other hydrocarbons to something which is clean and sustainable, I hope to have an impact there. And then with respect to space, I hope to have an impact in helping make humanity a multi-planet species.
Elon Musk, thank you so much for being with us at Wired Science. Let me get it straight, CEO of SpaceX and chairman of Tesla Motors.
Yeah, I got other titles, but that's about right.
I think that you're doing pretty good. I think you've done very well.
Right, tapped him on his knee. Very condescending as well. I guess that guy's no longer around, right? Let's change the subject here slightly and take a look at this lethal strike. U.S. kills Tren de Aragua, the leader. Tren de Aragua leader? I don't know where that is, but let's learn.
We do bring you some breaking news that we're getting into the newsroom. President Trump says U.S. military strikes killed the leader of the Tren de Aragua gang with the help from Venezuela. We do want to put up this Truth Social post on your screen. I'll read it in full. The president says, at my direction, the United States Southern Command delivered a swift and lethal kinetic strike to successfully execute.
A kinetic strike. What does that mean? Was done from a distance.
Nino Guerrero, the infamous leader of the Tren de Aragua, one of the most bloodthirsty terrorist organizations on planet Earth. Before
she should do it with his accent.
Joe Biden opened our southern border to millions of illegal criminals and allowed this foreign army to rape, maim, and murder American citizens with total impunity. During my campaign, I pledged to expel these monsters from our country and bring justice to the families of those they slaughtered, including the precious 12-year-old Jocelyn Nungaray, 22-year-old Laken Riley, and countless other beautiful souls. With this action, the United States military has brought retribution for them, their families, and their loved ones. Early in my administration, I delivered on my promise to designate Tren de Aragua as a foreign terrorist organization, deport thousands of evil criminals, and wage war against the cartels who have long been waging war against our citizens while weak leaders left America helpless and defensive. This action was coordinated closely with our friends in Venezuela, with whom we are working very well.
I kind of liked it when Twitter had a character limitation, but this is Truth Social, where you can just rant and rave and ramble as long as you want.
As a result, Tren de Aragua terrorists no longer have safe haven in Venezuela or anywhere else, and under my leadership, we will find these vicious murderers and drug lords anytime, any place, and send them to the depths of hell where they belong. God bless America. He signs off. President Donald J. Trump. We do have a video that I believe was released on the president's Truth Social account. You can see this was posted by the president on Truth Social. Some video, presumably from the Southern Command, putting this on social media. Again, we've been reporting that the president said it was a swift and lethal kinetic.
Okay, we've seen it. We don't need to see it 3 times. What is the time? We got time here. Let's take a look. Let's take a little update from our filthy travelers, Kira and Ryan. Now, again, I'm going to trouser refresh their browser. They're not updating much lately. This is 5 months ago, their most recent update, but we are a little ways back, keeping up to speed with where they're at on their trip. Paradise to Panic, off-roading through Croc territory, Litchfield National Park. Now, why are we watching this? Well, first of all, they're traveling a particular area of Australia that I'm going to be traveling through very soon, or in September anyway. I'm setting off on a trip. It's going to include some of these areas. I'm going to live stream the whole freaking thing. These guys don't live stream, but they do have a Mitsubishi Delica, which is a 4-wheel drive van, same as the one I have. I have GoVan. It's a Mitsubishi Delica. It's white, same as theirs. Mine's better, in my mind. But yeah, that's why we're watching their content. Let's enjoy Paradise to Panic. Or have we seen this one?
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode. I'm Ryan, and this is Kira, and we're travelling around in this old bus.
On this week's episode, we're in the Northern Territory exploring Litchfield National Park. It is absolutely magical. There are some awesome four-wheel drive tracks out there, some super cool river crossings. The scenes are absolutely beautiful. The waterfalls are incredible. We're cooking burgers, we're making damper. This is one of our favourite places, so thank you so much for joining along.
I think we have seen this one.
Enjoy this week's episode.
Florence Falls, pulled up here for the night. Our first night in the Litchfield National Park.
If he says, and what do you know, there's another Delica in this car park, then we've seen this one.
Kira's making some beautiful wraps and some lamb shish kebabs with some lettuce and tzatziki. Not a bad spot to enjoy the sunset, even though you won't really see it too much, but get some beautiful colours through there.
I feel like we've seen this.
Laughing. For a sneaky walk. Go check out the waterfall.
We've seen this.
You wouldn't believe
There it is.
Another Delica.
Yeah, we've seen this one. Okay, so I must have had that tabbed out. So the next one then, which we haven't seen, will be this one, right? What's the format here? Yeah. So most recent at the top. Oldest down. Okay, so from there we go to Kakadu. Not what we expected. Waterholes, walks, and outback feeds. Get that one gone. Big waterfall.
Welcome back to another episode.
I'm Ryan, and this is Kira, and we're travelling around in this old bus.
Wow.
On this week's episode, we're exploring Kakadu National Park.
Kakadon't.
Okay. So we just pulled up at Mel's campground, north side of Kakadu, and just down the road from Cahill's Crossing. Crank this fire up, have a couple of cold beers, and relax. Been overcast today, which is quite nice. Nice spot, pretty hidden, can't really see the other campsites. See how it goes. Get the camp oven down from the roof. Kira just grabbed the shovel, and we'll start getting these ribs ready.
Ribs.
So we've got some beef short ribs to chuck in the camp oven with some Texas barbecue rub.
Chuck on the fire. I'll try and get the beef ribs to about an internal temp of 96. I'm going to chuck it beside it for a bit just let it warm up and try and do a bit of a slow cook on these ones.
So for the potatoes, stab them, butter them, salt
Stab 'em.
them, and wrap them.
That reminds me, I wanted to just put a little reminder here to look for on Amazon. After my most recent road trip with GoVan, I wanted to find out if you could get a Who did that on YouTube? Maxwell Studios. Yo, Maxwell, thanks for subbing on YouTube. Getting a few subs on the tubes of you today. Interesting. Thanks, Maxwell. Yeah, I wanted to see if there was I'll just leave that there. A larger Dutch oven for camping, because my one was too small for a leg of lamb. I should have put Dutch oven camping. Oh, cast iron. I should have just put cast iron. Yeah, pre-seasoned cast iron Dutch oven with skillet lid camping cook. So are these? Mine's 2 kilos. I feel like it needs to be 3 minimum. Because I couldn't fit a full leg in there, or the other I get a smaller capacity 4.5 quarts. The fuck is a quart? Hey Siri, what's 4.5 quarts in liters?
4.5 quarts is 4.26 litres.
Hey Siri, what's 4.5 quarts in kilograms?
Kilograms and quarts are not compatible.
Excuse me? Hey Siri, what's 4.2 liters in kilograms?
Kilograms and litres are not compatible.
So mine's measured in kilograms though. Probably want like a 6 liter one.
Smoke me a kipper. I'll be back for breakfast.
Yo, Dugsky, how you doing, man? Smoke me a kipper. Nice. 5 quart. Do you know what? I actually do have, I have a cast iron one like this. I've got one like this which is bigger. Maybe I'll just keep using this one then. I've already got one. I've got this small one like this. I've got one of these, but I do have one of these as well. The photo of the 6 litre had a whole chicken. I did see that. I should have stopped on that one. Where was it? 6 litre enamel Dutch oven pot with lid, cast iron handles. That's got a whole chicken. That one looks rad. This one. Are they camping ones though? I mean, it doesn't matter, but that's pretty big. Do you know what? Cancel that. I'm going to use what I've already got because I do have the smaller one, which we could put vegetables in, and I have the bigger one, which we could put a full chicken or a leg of ham or a leg of lamb, whatever it is. So I'll do this road trip with what I've got, and if that comes back as not great, then we'll look to get a bigger one for everything. But the thing that I'm worried about is that I do have a certain amount of clearance in my drawers. So the drawers come out and then you got to put these in. And if it's too tall, then I can't take it with, you know. Let's continue on.
And we're just going to plonk them right there. Let's have a look how these ribbies are going. About 60 degrees internal.
The one with the big handles looks good to get out of the fire. It's easy to get out. Yeah, true, Doug. Yeah, that's true.
Check out these skies.
Wow.
Just a little treat when you're in the NT. Just going to take it off the heat. And let it rest there for a bit while we wait for the potatoes to get done.
Wow.
That's it, beef ribs. I'm going to go back by the fire to get away from all these mosquitoes. Morning. So we got absolutely smashed with mosquitoes last night. I don't know where they were getting in from. We had our net up at the back there. Got both these windows covered up with the net. We're getting in there. I don't know, man. They were vicious, but probably sneaking through the top here and crawling down this tunnel into the van. But
wow.
I don't know, they're thick in numbers and a few of them got in and kept us awake for many hours. And then we end up finally bringing our thermocell into the bedroom, setting it up. And they disappeared pretty quickly after that. Must have, I think, for camping. First track.
Wait. Thermocell? What's a thermocell? Thermocell mosquito. What's a thermocell? Heat-activated tech to diffuse repellent into the air, creating an invisible scent-free zone of protection, 28 meters squared. The fuck? Why have I not heard of this before? Wow, Okay, tab that out for another time. We'll take a look at that in a video form. I want to learn about that for camping. Shit, yeah.
This morning is a bird. About 1.5 return to the lookout.
Lobster thermidor. What's that? Lobster thermidor?
Or it could be an evil spirit that's playing with it.
Evil?
Mm-hmm.
It's not evil.
I'm not evil? Oh, just a memory spirit. Alright, you're not evil, alright? Just a spirit. They can be good spirits. You know about that? Like rum. That's a good spirit.
Rum is a great spirit.
Gorgeous. Views everywhere. Everywhere looks a little bit different. You've got floodplains, you've got rocks, you've got mountains, you've got trees, you got it all.
How green is that back there?
Oh my love, off to Cale's Crossing now. Really good there.
Why do I know this? Cale's Crossing. This is a very famous water crossing famous for a hell of a lot of crocodiles. If you search this up, if you just go to the tubes of the U and search up Cahill's Crossing, I'm assuming it's spelled like the soccer player, Cahill's Crossing. Dude. Yeah, the gnarly crossing with crocodiles. Look at this shit, man. Look at this one here. Are you kidding? These are man eating, right? No kayaks. Literally, all these videos is just people getting shit bogged right in like man eating dude. Let's take a look at this first one.
Cahill's Crossing is Crocodile Central.
What?
A place in Kakadu where the reptiles converge en masse to feast at the turning of the tide. But despite the many warning signs about the risk to life and limb, hordes of tourists are ignoring the ever-present danger to get close to the action.
Fuck off. Look at this one. That could easily turn and run and lunge at you, and then you either risk losing a limb or dying. Welcome to the Thunderdome. Get me out of there, dude.
Someone will get munched there. There were people standing within inches of the edge of the crossing with a 4.5 minimum metre, like conservatively, a big crocodile.
Leon Compton, an ABC.
Fuck this, man. And the water's brown. Like you can't see into the water. At least when I'm surfing, you can kind of see into the water and, you know, a little bit more peace of mind. This is brown, murky water. And the crocodiles that are there, they're saltwater crocodiles. They will eat you. Crocodile Dundee, yeah, DJ.
Radio presenter from Tasmania is travelling around the country with his family, who couldn't believe what they were seeing in Kakadu.
Are you serious?
My wife was sitting there and she wanted to leave because she was worried that our kids were going to watch somebody get eaten by a crocodile.
Visitors usually observe the crocodiles and the cars that traverse Cahill's Crossing from the safety of a viewing platform. But it's currently out of action while a new one is constructed. Parks Australia says some tourists are being reckless.
We are disappointed with the behaviour of some visitors at Cahill's Crossing who've clearly ignored safety signage at the site and walked dangerously close to the water, risking the chance of being attacked by a crocodile.
Just 5 years ago, a man was killed by a croc at Cahill's Crossing, where another man was decapitated in the 1980s. With Kakadu tourist numbers at their highest level in almost 15 years, Parks Australia is urging visitors to heed the warnings about crocodiles.
No shit.
We are worried and will increase the patrols that rangers are undertaking at the site.
The new viewing platform is expected.
There's crocodiles here. Okay, maybe that one's a rock. That's a croc right there. And a fucking big one too. Holy shit, dude.
Expected to open in September. Jono Gibson, ABC News.
You've got to be out of your mind. But anyway, that's why I know about Cahill's Crossing. Let's see about these guys exploring there.
Walk. Where are we?
Just be careful you don't fuck up.
Crocodiles, as a result of their design over millions of years, are extremely...
Suddenly we got autoplay back there. I didn't turn that on. Why is autoplay on all of a sudden? Can I turn autoplay off? It's playing in the background. Go away. Autoplay on a YouTube video.
So we just did Cahill's Crossing, very unexpectedly, and having a bit of a post-victory schnoss to celebrate. Pulled up on the side of the river here. Hopefully we see some crocs.
Jeez.
I'd like to eat. Now let's go see if we can spot a croc. I might just snag a fish. Oh, look at that.
You see that? You see that? Over the other side of the river?
I might just snag a fish. Oh, look at that. That's a big barra. Wow.
What do you think gets attracted to all that motion? Crocodiles. We know that they're there. En masse.
Down here, all those reeds down there now, so hope it doesn't get caught up. and all the trees.
What's that? What's that there? What's that?
You lost it.
No.
Bugger. Yeah, huge. So after all that excitement, we're in the back of the car, setting up our fishing rod.
Yeah, don't get too close to the edge, dude.
Successful day fishing. We got a snap fishing rod.
Oh shit.
And broke a lure. Next time, eh? We'll get them.
And there's no crocs.
Yeah, count that as a blessing.
Bad times.
Real sad.
So we were here towards the end of June, but there was still a bunch of things that were closed for the wet season. So this was Jim Jim Falls and Twin Falls, and then we have Gunlam Falls, which was closed because they were shooting pests in there.
So I just pulled up for the RV, Gunjural campground. This is where we are. Here's pumping out a bit of work. The toilets over there. No running water here, but that's all good. Pretty weird spot, this one. There's only a few smaller campgrounds off to the sides, heaps of car parks. I don't know if they expect people to just park in the car parks and camp. Or,
That's good to see, Crocodile Hunter. We talked about him earlier, actually. Yeah. Steve Irwin.
Walk, but yeah, there's about 3 or 4 smaller spots. There's a big spot over there, actually, and then a couple of caravans down the back there. A little space in the middle. The car parks all around it. Yeah, so there we go. Nice bit of sun anyway, so top those panels up. A bit hard when you're in a national park to keep up with your sun. There's lots of trees, which is lovely, but not too good for sun power. I'm going to try and do a bit of a running repair on this rod that Kira broke. I think this one might be alright. I'm just going to try and break it through there. It looks like a nice dowly sort of material that we can file down, fit inside our rod. Alright, so I've just taken the bark off it, cut it flush. Just going to try and shade it down so it can fit inside there.
Interesting idea.
Super glue in place, and we might have a winner. Shading it down, just try and get a reference mark for us. There we go. That's what we want. I'll make the rest of it the same size, and we'll be in business. Starting to get somewhere now, so I've shaved that down. Fits pretty snugly. Snugly, is that a word? Snug in there, and pretty good. I reckon that'll go. Take it apart.
Pretty good repair job. Simple but effective, right?
This side here.
Did he not angle the holes correctly? Looks like the holes aren't lined up. You know, the where the line goes through. Yeah, look. The one at the bottom and the one at the top. All he has to do is just twist it a little bit to get it to match.
Right. See how that goes. There she is.
There's no app for woodworking, no, Doug.
It's not fair time to dry now, so just going to try it out. Do I have any volunteers to be a barramundi? That's the spirit.
Maybe I didn't see it correctly.
Whoa. Yeah, look at that. I'm happy with that. You're not jumping like a barra. Oh. No, I lost her. Bugger. Oh, I think that's probably a win. As long as we keep barras under 1 metre, I think we should be fine. So just chucked dinner on, chucked in the microwave.
In the microwave.
Beef ribs from last night. and some taties in there as well. Cheeky walk for the day. Checking out Manukau Falls today. 6k return. So should be a bit of fun. Apparently the water's nice to swim in as well. Quite looking forward to it. I feel like I'm a school guy here. Yeah. Never here on your left. Right.
That's your right.
Well done. Still got it.
Got him. So much water there, man. But be so careful about whether you can swim in it on. Oh, okay. So that's obviously okay. Just crocodiles, man. Frightening.
That was absolutely amazing. So we got to check that out.
That was beautiful. Probably one of the best waterfalls in Beach, I reckon.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely worth the walk in here. We're going to head back to the car now and go make camp somewhere. Try and find a nice camp spot. I'll see you there.
Hi, snacks. I've got this back in Alice Springs.
Tugski. Letting her rip.
Up at our camp spot at Cambodia. I believe that's how you say it. And I think tonight we might be joining a cult following this.
Whoa.
Well, I've always been keen to join a cult, so yeah, what the hell? Give me something to believe in. Be interesting.
Do like a burrito bowl kind of thing for dinner. So I'm just preparing the salad. We got cabbage, capsicum, red onion, and coriander, and I'm just going to put that aside for now. Just cooking up the meat with a bit of seasoning, and then I'm going to serve it up with some avocado, the salad from earlier, and some lime, and then some corn chips. Burrito bowls without the bowl.
There's no denying that these guys eat very, very well on these trips. Like, I tend to not eat as well. Like, I don't put as much care into the food prep. I put more care into the stream and the campsite and all that. But these guys really, they're not sparing any luxuries of being at home, are they? They're making great food.
Got an update. The cult didn't move in last night. So yeah, just have tents set up for no reason. Pretty wild. Yeah. What are you up to today, Chuck?
We're going to try and get to Boulder Creek Falls. I think it is open.
Yeah.
I think it's from the same car park we were at yesterday. And then after that, there's only one thing left, and I don't even know if that's open or not.
Yeah, it's pretty dismal with everything being shut here. So, yeah, if you are planning a trip out this way, make sure everything's open. They got like a website with all the camps and everything, all the features out here to look at. Yeah, just check it's open. But like we had to go through here this time anyway. Like that's where we are when we are. So can't wait around for it. But yeah, next time. Right, next time. Anyway, off we go.
Maybe next time.
Maybe next time.
If you ever curious about whether there might be crocs, if it's a rocky waterfall area, typically the higher up you go, no crocodiles. They can't climb vertical walls like that. And they're not going to go around and come back. They just don't do that. That doesn't mean that there's no crocodiles further up the stream, but in that particular rocky area, you're pretty good.
Incredible. Bloody incredible.
I loved it. Nice little climb. Haven't climbed anything.
Not like some madman.
Oh.
And peaceful swim with no one else around. Beautiful temperature. Didn't feel crocky at all.
No, I didn't. There's a croc up there. He deserves to eat me.
Exactly.
Just walking back to the car now, and we'll go check out something else. Then go check out the rock hole now.
Wow.
It's another spot we snagged all to ourselves.
Right.
Beautiful. Here, we're going for a bit of a rock climb. Get down to the bottom falls there. We just returned from the rock hole. It was amazing. We had pretty much the place all to ourselves. Spectacular spot.
It was awesome. Nice little swim, nice little climb.
Well, climb, yeah. Then we head back to camp. Put some firewood on and maybe have a beer. If we're all too lucky. I might have convinced Kira to do Dry July with me too, so we'll see about this. We'll see where this goes.
Dry July while you're out on a road trip? That's a hard ask.
That's us done for another week. Thank you so much for following along, and we'll see you all again next week.
Kira and Ryan, folks. Kira and Ryan. Beautiful stuff. I want to turn this autoplay off. Hey, thanks for hanging out with me on the stream, folks. Little heavy one at the beginning here with the Oliver Tree news. But yeah, it needed to be spoken about, and appreciate everyone's comments. Yeah. I guess I'll catch you in a couple of days. I'm going to be working now, I guess, for the rest of the week. What today's Monday? I'll be working tomorrow, Tuesday, probably Wednesday, Thursday. Yeah, probably see you on the weekend, or maybe Friday. Who knows? But thanks for hanging out with me here, having a good time. Appreciate the subscribers, YouTube subscribers.
Hello there.
Just coming in at the last minute. H man, how you doing, dude? Nice to see you, Hendrik. I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Yeah. See you soon. See you on the flip side. Right on, Dusky. I got to do some more work on my overlay. My chat overlay is not fully finalized. It's getting there, though. Don't forget to farkle in the chat. Fuck me. Good end. Good outro it was.
I love it.